it hurts the community because do I get a medal still, but I don't get to stand on that stage? I think I earned my right out of fighting 5,000 people.
Like, I get it. You want to do the breaks and commercials and all that. For Marvel, my heart was breaking for Escalante, and I forget who else got 8th. But man, they're like, I wanted to be on that stage, but I didn't get to. Like back in 2010 or 11, remember you make top 8, your name would be up there, and then, oh, that's great, you made top 8 in Street Fighter 4. That's crazy. Like, your next step after winning a tournament was streaming. Now everybody's streaming. Now everybody has a platform. It is really hard to actually stand out. So I think it's a great thing that Justin is kind of doing here, taking his platform and trying to bring people through.
They created Sisqo in Tekken 8 character creation mode as the white jacket, open chest, white hair, uses Raven's moveset, and he is flipping around as if he is Sisqo. Playing
living the Vida Loca and all. Sing it again. I know.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Double Tap. Of course, this is a Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. I am your host, Meza, and I'm, of course, here with none other, Static Gorilla. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? I'm here. I have played about maybe too many hours of Tekken. I could tell you exactly right now, but I just know that yesterday I played about from 1 to 1, maybe 1 p.m.
That's
to 1
p.m. That's a lot of
a.m.
Tekken.
Yeah, and I learned nothing. No, no, I learned some combos. It's just plus frames, and yeah, I'm getting up there in rank, so it's fun. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, of course, guys, this is going to be episode 359, and it is February 5th, 2024. Wow, I never thought I would have said 2024 this time.
Here we are.
But thank you guys for tuning in. As always, let us know if there's anything that you love to hear. Of course, let us know that. But of course, we are going to jump right into it with, of course, the questions of the week. Questions of the week, and of course, 2 polls that we had due to us missing those before. So I'm going to start off with the first one that we didn't get to cover about 2 weeks ago, which was question of the week. What would you put in your course for a fighting game curriculum? And you guys had some questions on Twitter, some answers on Twitter. Gimgaman, I never could say that right. For fun, I'd say make a tier list for this game, and the closer yours is to my tier list, the higher your grade. A lot of people without what's it called when you curve it? You curve the
grading. You grade on a curve.
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of that. In seriousness, he said, but in seriousness, how to deal with losses and being able to learn from them. Great answer. Fiji or Eidolon said input leniency and its effects on modern man. Interesting. That's an interesting one. That would be pretty cool. It sounds like a course. And of course, Doobie, the art of mix. Or art of the mix, as he said. So that's pretty cool. I like that one for sure. We also had a few in the Discord as well, which was Dot said, Leonix said, I would put in a course on how to look at a character and find the building blocks to learn first. So building blocks of a character. Pretty interesting. Dots followed up and said, if I had a course, it would be Labbing 101. I'll have the rep as the boring teacher. Training modes are great in modern games. I think there's a lot you can learn about using them, and in turn, learn from using them. I'd go over the basics of settings, visual data, and labbing scenarios. The exam would be recreating specific scenarios and labbing answers to them from a match I find interesting. That's pretty cool. I actually like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's just some people can be in training mode for years and not know what they're doing. They're just doing the moves, whereas you're actually using training mode to replicate everything. That's why Tekken's good.
It is. It's a very bad habit people have. So yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And then moving on to our other question of the week, which was moving forward with fighting games, would you prefer traditional style tournaments or a convention style tournament? And on Twitter, I'm gonna mess your names up. I'm sorry, guys. It's two I can't pronounce the best. Eidolon said, guess I haven't been to enough to know what difference is other than one being at a con and the other isn't. that is pretty much it. That is the biggest difference. It feels like one feels like convention and one feels like you're just playing fighting games, nothing else. Gimgaman said, I'd say convention styled. I think that could lead to more unique experiences, even if you don't make it to top 8. And going over to the Discord, Dot said, I think both are good. Overall, having dedicated tournaments is great for the more serious competitors, but the convention style is better for spectators. Besides the true gamers, most of us will be spectating the rest of the weekend. I would like to see more tournaments try out the longer set format. Danger Room from TNS last year was a blast. Those community exhibitions are usually very entertaining. The first to 10 with Mina RD and Big Bird on EVO. Eve was hype. It's mixed
I do remember that. That's something I didn't watch, but I do remember a lot of people talking about it, and there were a lot of views on that. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I think that's something people are trying to figure out, right? Which way do we lean? Do we lean towards, that interesting style of convention, or do we want to just keep it still quote unquote grassroots to not take that away? So it's a little scary for some people.
I don't know, man. I do like the carpet. The big old rug. I do like a carpet feel, just because, if you want to hit the deck, I don't know what's dirtier, carpet or concrete, but I'm just one of those hit the deck kind of days. Yeah. Oh. And we have one more answer. Go ahead.
Yes, we do. So the other answer that we have for this is from Taz. I'm still a toddler in the FGC, so my answer probably doesn't hold much weight. Not true, it always holds weight. But the big thing I always hear from the FGC is growing the community. If you want to grow the community, I don't know why you would do anything besides a convention. I never would have learned or even imagined there was a community here in the middle of Iowa if a yearly tournament wasn't advertised at my local game shop, which probably wouldn't have advertised if they weren't allowed to set up a booth there. I went there for the booths, and out of curiosity, seeing all those people playing, having a good time, not raging out or talking all the shit you get playing online is how I learned that there's a community, and now I love it here. A traditional style tournament sounds fun, but I don't see why a new person would see this and figure I'll go there, and if I get knocked out round 1, I guess I'll just leave. Maybe an EVO or something that big, but a smaller tournament like that, like they have here, I don't think they could survive like that. Wow.
Interesting.
So much weight.
Definitely, yeah, because it's definitely a different take depending on where you are. That's Midwest. You said Iowa, right?
Yeah, it's
Iowa. So not necessarily the highest population, so to speak, but it definitely could be different, because we've had other players say that they had to travel to actually find somebody at like a coffee shop to find somebody new to play with. So it can definitely, I've said definitely a lot, but it can depend on where your community actually lands. So that's an interesting take. Huh. Thank you for answering that. Good.
That was Taz. No, I just want to say I really actually like that answer a lot, giving both perspectives. And I do agree. I think I really, really do agree. Convention style does keep more people and does cater towards new people jumping into the FGC. Like I wouldn't go to an event and pay like $200, $300 to sit there and watch other people get knocked out, or even myself get knocked out and be like, well, what else is there to do?
GG.
So that's cool. I agree with that.
And by the way, that Taz's answer was actually in our new Discord for Double Tap, and which you can find was at doubletap.gg.
Correct.
Awesome. Yeah, do that. Doubletap.gg is where you can find our community and Discord and talk to us there, just like they did in answering those questions.
And of course, we'll just jump through the polls real quick. I know you guys asked the question about, we asked the question about, is Tekken 8 going to be your first Tekken game? 13.3% of you said yes on Twitter, and the other percentage said no, which was 86.7%. Pretty commanding people rejoining back the game. And of course, our other question, which was last week, was should fighting games with mini mechanics need more? Meaning, should games that already have a ton of mechanics need more? 22.2% said yes on Twitter, and 77.8% said no on Twitter. And of course, on Spotify, it was just a straight no. Just a 100%. Did you vote that too, Gabe?
I just voted yes on Twitter, so it might have changed, but that's fine. Should fighting games with many mechanics need more? I mean, I think I just clicked it and I accidentally hit yes. So you can change those to no's. I meant no. Okay, I'm sorry. I meant no. I think a traditional fighting game like something like Tekken, like it's okay that they took away certain rage arts or rage drives and then added something else. But I think I'm disliking heat gauge just by a bit. I feel like it enables a bit more of a different play style than what is maybe needed for Tekken in the direction that they want to go. But hey, you know what? We did talk about aggressive mechanics in fighting games, and some things in Guilty Gear I'm not really liking as of late. I think Mortal Kombat has a good balance on their mechanics, but that's neither here nor there right now because we got a lot of other things to talk about as well. So
true, and you actually had a shout out.
Yeah. Yes, I did. So on Saturday we had the Streets. It was our local tournament. It was like the monthly, and I had to play Kalekos, I think it is. He introduced himself as Kelek, so I was like, oh, cool. All right, so we played. It beats me with Zafina, and I'm using Jun, and he goes, hey man, big fan of the show. I'm like, no, you did that to me. No, that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Anytime you prefer, if you beat me in tournament and you say big fan of the show, that's perfectly fine. Shout outs to him, and he did pretty good. He was playing Mortal Kombat as well. Pretty cool. Zafina had to play. I think he played Ryan after that, and fortunately got sent to losers. But shout outs to everybody at the Streets and all those there, and to you, Kailokos. You got me. You got me. Not one of the rare few. You know, there's not many of the rare fews. A lot of people do get me in newer games. So shout out
usually
to
it's Marvel.
Who found me. Oh,
usually
yeah,
I feel like Marvel they
still
find you, but
yeah, and even Dr. Doobie once found me in Guilty Gear and destroyed me with Leo, so that was fun.
But of course,
moving on,
we're going to be jumping into the topics of the week, of course, and the first topic we're going to be talking about is Ed is coming. Kinda, not really, not yet.
Yeah, so weird. This trailer was not unexpected. Like they did this before with some other ones, but it's just. It feels like they're catering still towards the world tour. Am I right? The avatars and the fighting. What's it called? The fighter hub, battle hub.
Yeah, battle hub.
Mm-hmm.
I particularly don't care about this as much. I mean, I know there's some people who very much love the fighting the character hub and love all that stuff, like the battle hub and all the character designs and stuff. But realistically, it's not giving back to any more of the game, and people kind of just want the characters. I mean, like I said, I don't know. This is more of the casual side. A ton of casual people bought the game.
They did.
I think it's fine.
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know of anyone who's still playing it at a casual level. Not that I mean, usually all my friends are playing it competitively, so that's okay in and of itself. But I mean, like we're gonna obviously get Ed from the last trailer. We're gonna get Ed in like a world tour aspect mode, just like we got Rashid and Aki. But either way, these are all avatars and things that I'm not going to be really using. I mean, I could create my character in a different way, but at the same time, I'm not editing my avatar much because I'm only playing ranked and or whatever else. I mean, and most of the people that I do know aren't playing at the same time as I am, just like when the game first launched. So I'm really looking forward to what they actually do. Now, I do want to see the battle hub and how it looks now with all this Capcom stuff around. That'd be kind of cool. I do want to see, however, what they do with Ed and Akuma and how they're going to do that in next couple weeks.
I mean, we've seen them do a pretty good job when it comes to altering the arenas or stages.
Yep.
In the past, which is really cool. I always like that stuff. But I mean, we did get some nice little things in there too, such as music, like Ed's theme, Falk's theme, Borog's theme. So I don't know if those are really gonna be like a hint to the other characters not coming. But they added the classic game, which you got Captain Commando. So I don't know. It depends how much this depends how much it's gonna cost, right? If it's gonna be like $25, I think some people are going to be pretty upset, or even 20. I think like this is kind of like a $15, maybe $10 package. It's just kind of weird that they're doing this without releasing like the character.
I don't know if it's more or less because again, I'm not well versed in the leveling up and the season passes and all of that. Is it a fighter's pass, so to speak? Because I know in the fighter's pass you do get sort of some of the avatar stuff and the titles and all of those. I don't even know where to even find the jukebox music stuff. So to be quite honest with you, I've got to research it in myself. But I did see on Twitter that it does state that Ed is coming on the 27th. So that's at least the good news. And by the way, for those that are listening, some of the avatar stuff did look like it was a Falk themed. Is her name Falk? It's Falk, right? Falke. Falk. A Falk themed. A Falk themed avatar costume and hair and all of that. So I mean, if you couldn't already find Falk's hair from any other avatars, I mean, maybe it was already there. But 27th is when Ed is supposedly coming out. But we still don't have a trailer, and Capcom Cup is right around the corner. So we'll see. Like an actual breakdown of him and stuff, which is kind of sad. But I mean, people are speculating that it's possible he's getting pushed back because we're going to also get the Akuma trailer or possible double release. I don't think a double release. I think we'll get a trailer at most. Yeah. But yeah, this is like, they haven't announced how much the fighting pass is going to cost. They kind of just threw it out there to entice people, or I guess to kill time. But nonetheless, Ed's on the way. We know he's coming, and we'll see him during Capcom Cup more than likely. But guys, with that being said, we're going to take a quick little break, and then we'll be back, and we'll get into some EVO action. And like that, welcome back, guys. It is time to talk EVO, because EVO is... It feels like it's not around the corner, but it kind of is. With all the events that we're getting, EVO actually just dropped an announcement that they're going to have an announcement of the games, which I think is always fun to speculate. It's always fun to get that point in time of the year, stating that basically February 6th, tomorrow. So you guys will hear it, our podcast, and then them. Yikes.
No, I mean, it's interesting because we always talk about what we're gonna guess would be top 3 or top 4 games, sometimes top 9, because usually they do 5 on Sunday or 4 on Sunday, 5 on Sunday, and then
it would depend. They're doing last year they did 4 on Sunday, and this year they'll do 4. Hopefully they can end by 9 because it is Pacific time. Because dear God, I remember one year, whatever the year Dragon Ball came out, ended at 1 a.m. for everybody back at home. I mean, granted, it's ended a lot of times at 1 a.m. I remember Street Fighter 4 Vanilla ended at 1 a.m. and I fell asleep during the finals. So yeah, I think it's just everything's being made 3 out of 5. I wonder if they're also going to keep that. I kind of hope they re-announce it, that top 6 get on EVO stage. I don't really like it. I know they're trying to cut time. Yeah, don't do it. Just if you're going to do top 4 games, do all top 8 players. I think it's just a weird number. It hurts the community because do I get a medal still, but I don't get to stand on that stage? I think I earned my right out of fighting 5,000 people. Yeah, it definitely did not feel like, I get it. You want to do the breaks and commercials and all that, but for Marvel, my heart was breaking for Escalante, and I forget who else got 8th, but man, they're like, I wanted to be on that stage, but I didn't get to. And I felt that way this year at NEC. I was in top 8 at NEC for Marvel 3, but they ran it offline because some other game took longer. So I hope it's top 8. Just traditional. And I just hope they don't cut down the amount of games. But there are a lot of games out there right now, so we'll see what actually happens, and maybe what will be a community game at this time as well. We need to stop trying to cater towards everybody, especially new games. Just throw the games that are doing the best. Give it top 4 slot, and then the other ones you could do top 5 on Saturday night, right? People always enjoy that stuff. I mean, Dragon Ball definitely should have probably been on the main stage, but I think it was better the way it was. So I think that's a community game that needs to stay on a Saturday night, not to take away from them. But I definitely think BlazBlue should not be on Sunday. Although I like it more than Guilty Gear, it's probably not a Sunday game. Saturday night right now. Stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. You guys tell us what you think, because we'll get into it probably more next week. Yeah, because we were trying to aim to Yeah, watch it live tomorrow. So I don't know. We haven't decided if we want to keep our predictions for now or tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be best. So while we're like sort of getting into that, for those that are listening, that would have been on the 6th when it was coming out. But prediction right now, obviously your Street Fighters, your Tekken, your I think definitely Mortal Kombat because it's a newer game. It doesn't go on the wayside of MVCI, so it's not gonna like it's not dead. Like calm down. As much as I talk down about it, you know what I mean? But
I just think it's in a weird place where the game has a lot of problems with it that if they can address those before EVO, then I think it'll be a very good show to watch. But
I think
right
competitive, yeah, good.
I'd probably rather watch KOF right now, just due to the fact that there's such a variety. I'm saying this even though KOF is long as hell. Please don't put that on Sunday. That is really long game. Yeah. That you could do top 6, but no, I kind of think there's other games that are a little bit. If we're talking about like watching wise, I don't think Mortal Kombat right now is the most enjoyable, just due to a lot of the bugs and the way the game's played at the moment. Once it gets better,
yeah. But competitive wise, I have heard a lot more things like characters that were bad apparently are good. Like Sindel is really good with Low Hat. I mean, Low Hat is just the best character in the game already. But competitive wise, I'm curious to see how it's going. And TNS does run still, I think, on Saturdays. So, pardon me. I'm still looking forward to see where the competitive edge is going because I thought Omni-Man was taking over. Apparently he's not, and neither is Quan Chi. So, news to me. It depends on your assist, and Chameleon apparently is top notch. So, looking forward to that. But again, your Street Fighters, your Tekkens, I don't know what else is going to happen. So we'll see.
Yeah, there's too many games. Too many games right now.
And I did hear. I'm not going to say that I have a source that I heard that Marvel will not be there. Apparently, another game. You're gonna like this. I believe, according to my source, that there might be this exclusive, y'all.
Street Fighter 4?
No, that would be hot, but no. And imagine if it would be edition pick. You only saying that because you beat me last week. Anyway, but you beat me in the other game that it might be. That's also 20 years old. So maybe a jazzy
do you want me to say it?
Go ahead. Take your guess.
Third Strike. I hope they deserve it. It's been a while.
Maybe I believe it's another moment. EVO Japan, right?
Yeah,
it's at EVO Japan. Actually. So I don't see why not. I mean, it would only make sense. I would believe, but that's I can't. It's a rumor. It's still a rumor. Again, I don't want to give you all spoilers. But I hope it comes true. If they do, I hope they use, dare I say, online edition.
Stop. No.
Stop. Would you rather do arcade only?
I would rather arcade. It would look more authentic and it would feel fun, right?
But how are you going to get 4,000 participants to play arcade only?
Oh, that's not my problem. I'm not the one running the event. They got to figure that out. They had arcade machines there last time, so I think it's doable, right? It's very feasible. It's just running a solid bracket.
Again, sorry for the tangent, but it was a good prediction conversation for the retro game. Yeah. So it's a good idea. We'll see what happens.
All right. So we're going to jump back to modern day time, and we're going to talk a little bit about some Tekken as we are going to be possibly seeing the next DLC announcement at Tekken World Tour. Maybe. Because this
Tekken?
is the thing. Wait.
Tekken World Tour or Arc World Tour?
Oh, sorry. Arc World Tour. Man,
yeah.
Look the same. We got the WT. Sorry. My bad, guys.
I was about to say, my main is coming? Actually, my main might be coming through this game too.
It's all this Tekken talk. Guilty Gear, they're going to be providing us with another DLC character and a playable demo at Arc World Tour. It's interesting because they're the most consistent company with dropping like something for this game versus a lot of other games, and they just keep force feeding us to the point where I'm like, I might as well we just get back into Guilty Gear like at this point. So it's really cool. That's going to be. Yeah, that's going to be March 21st to 23rd, March 23rd. So if you guys haven't loaded up your time and your ticket online for watching some world premiere of Guilty Gear Strive at Arc World Tour, definitely go watch that. I think it'll be interesting this time around. As long as I don't have to see Elfelt.
Yeah, I'm looking up the backyard now. I want to see what else comes into this, the recent backyard. I wanted to see what else was in this. All right, so there's also a stage coming with this character. Upcoming schedule between March and April: DLC Character 12 and DLC Stage 5 with new special moves. So new special moves are actually coming through here too. So, but again, during the Arc World Tour, where we were getting, like you said, a new DLC character announcement, that's between March 21st and 23rd. Man, that feels so far away, but it's so close.
But like Capcom Pro Tour is right around the corner too, so it all feels kind of crunched together. So it's gonna be a load of fighting games if you're not prepared for that. So just buckle down if you have nothing to do. Set your weekend up like it's F1 weekend for Formula One, and just tune in. That's all I can say, because it's gonna be a lot of fighting games for the next few weeks, especially with like CEO coming down the road, a Combo Breaker, everything. It's gonna be all compact for the next few months. So it's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah, CEO actually finished their early bird registration yesterday, and I think TNS is finishing up very soon. TNS 9. But yeah, what character are you looking forward to, man?
For
coming,
I just want Dizzy. If you want me to come back, I'll play. Just put Dizzy in the game. You keep giving me that look, but
I'm gonna give you the look.
Dizzy. It's just Dizzy, man.
Dizzy?
I literally have on my key, like my keychain is Dizzy and Kai.
Yeah.
I already got Kai. I'll always have Kai.
I mean, I'm hoping for Slayer, but I already feel like they already put Slayer in the game with Nago, so I'm already over that. And then I just don't want him to change as much as they did like with Elfelt. Like, I feel like Elfelt's nice. I do like playing Elfelt. However, the changes that they do creating the characters don't feel very legacy-like. So I don't know how Ramlet Elfelt to the old one. What's up?
Testament didn't feel like that to you?
Hell no. Testament is completely different. None.
Well, Testament's changed quite a few times with different movesets.
There was only 2 Testaments. Well, there's 3. If you count Reload, there's different. But Testament had the like wall bounce sort of like swing, and then there's back in Reload there was the quarter circle back square was like the spinning scythe move, and he still had the counter and had it doesn't have fireballs, but it has the skull. And then when AC came out, or Accent Core and Slash, they had more of the homing when you did the EX versions, and then you had all of the broken nonsense that happened in Accent Core. And there were people that were like, don't even bring Testament into the game if he's going to be anything like freaking Accent Core, because Accent Core had all of the EX moves you couldn't get out, entirely broken, just like nonstop fail safes everywhere, and lame as hell. Yeah, no.
That was that game, though. That's just how that game was played, though. Let's be real.
It was
a lot of characters did. A lot of characters play like that.
Yeah, but none of that was easy either. Like, any of the Faust stuff was not easy, and that's just showing you how good a game can. Well, back is not easy at all either. But like, how much of a game can actually still age with having that difficulty curve, in my opinion.
As long as they don't get rid of Pile Bunker, we're good.
You listen, Pile Bunker better just KO the match. Just end it. Just blam. Like on counter hit, you Pile Bunker somebody and wall bounce, like it's over. GG's. It should just break through the wall instantly and hard knockdown.
I just want people to like say something, like how we have like the cell screams. Like that should just be Pile Bunker in the game. It should be like have a say.
It should just be its own super. Yeah, just break the wall. And but then again, like I just don't like have you played the game recently?
Yeah. Oh, you mean the latest Guilty Gear?
Yeah. Guilty Gear 5. Wild Assault kind of just destroyed the game for me a little bit. Like, it's because I was playing. And now, granted, I only entered lately on Thursday just so I can sort of add to the pop bonus. But then the Viking player did like moves, crouch S, HS, and I'm like, oh, all right, that's my turn. Wild Assault, blam! I was like, all right, I'm not.
I'm done with this game.
Yeah, like, and then me and Vyers played, and I got a lucky like double KO where I should have lost. But then, in Guilty Gear, if you get a double KO, both people, only one person lose a round if there's like one round left. So I'm like, cool, I got that round. I lost.
Not like that in Tekken.
Oh, really? They take the round anyway?
No, you will lose.
Yeah, Street Fighter as well. So yeah, interesting.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Something to look forward to. I mean, it's always nice to have events going on, but speaking of something interesting for events, you're actually one signed up for this. Why don't you take this one away?
Where we go? Hold on.
A little bit of Justin Wong action, a little bit of reality show.
Oh, that. So Justin Wong, right? Whoa, he is. I just flicked the video and his voice was in my ear. So we're good. All right, I'm back. Justin Wong is having a reality show coming up soon. February 19th is the deadline for you to. But wait. Sorry. Let me just back up. We're going to reverse that real quick. So he has a reality TV show where the winner gets $10,000 and free entry to 3 major North American majors that you would like to go to. So I mean, it would be CEO, Combo Breaker, or EVO. Or if you don't want to go to either of them, you can pick other majors as well, such as like North. What is it? Not Defend. Yeah, maybe even Defend the North. But First Attack, whatever you're feeling, Texas Showdown, whatever going on. So I have no idea what is going to be up. By the way, it's called Next Up. And I have no idea what it's really going to be looking like, but it says requirements are like haven't been sponsored before, non-established player or known player. Also just like, sort of like up and comers going along those lines. Now, granted, do I count myself as any of this or like an up and comer? Sure, but even if I don't, like, I want to still try an audition at least, but like, it's very interesting. Like, you don't see this much of an opportunity. Like, it's more like in the past, it was more of like, there were no real highlights, I don't think either. Like, you had to show up, get good, and be good, right?
Yep.
But even so, like these days, you have to win consistently in order to even have a spotlight on you. And like before, let me see, like back in 2010 or 11, remember you make top 8, your name would be up there, and then, oh, that's great, you made top 8 in Street Fighter 4, that's crazy. And then it would be like, does that player, like, your next step after winning a tournament was streaming. If you could stream at that time, then that's great, good for you, and you can do that. Now everybody's streaming, now everybody has a platform, now everybody has all of this, and it's like, it is really hard to actually stand out. So I think it's a great thing that Justin is kind of doing here, taking his platform and trying to bring people through, and he's giving out prizes to everybody who is actually on the show. So you share your chops, make a good production. I'm gonna try to make a good production. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to put a production up together and send out an audition in there. More, I don't want it just to be me sitting here and just talking and saying, "Oh, hey guys, I'm Instead Gorilla and I go 0-2 every week in my local." Like, no. He said you got to have like charisma. You got to have some sort of. I mean, if I make y'all laugh, I'm sure I'll be good, right? Right?
I was gonna say you're on a show, so like you're on a podcast.
Yeah, I was like,
that already solves. That's already the solution. I definitely think this is a wonderful thing to see. We need more stuff like this. We don't have enough online event presence where people get opportunities. It's so much gate kept behind. If there's content to be made, there's people who are just at home already, and it just comes out perfect timing all the time for them. So like, I know for us, myself and you, we both deal with a lot of, I want to play this, but like somebody already has it and they're playing it at like, it comes out at 1 a.m. They already have it at like 1:01, and we're trying to get it and get everything set up right. And I think it's just this is a really good route for newer players, good route for players who've been in the scene for a long time but never got a chance to really break through, but are capable of it. And there's a lot of people who are capable of breaking through. I think my number one thing that I loved the moment he stated the requirements is hasn't been sponsored before. Unfortunately, I've been sponsored, so I could not enter this even if I wanted to. But
how sponsored is sponsored? You know what I mean?
Sponsorship doesn't matter as long as they've paid for something.
What if you've been on a team? Is that a sponsorship?
No, that's not. That's a team. It's
not
sponsorship.
Okay.
Are you still coming out of your pocket and they haven't paid for anything? It's still a team. It's not a sponsorship.
Okay.
But I mean, there are sponsorships where people have gotten at least like a plane ticket or a hotel covered. So I think it's really nice to see that he's trying to keep the people who are already notable out of it. So I mean, people. I'm going to use an example. Someone like Noah the Prodigy. Unfortunately, you can't enter this. And if I see you on the show, I'm going to call it out. I'm a snitch. I'm going to tell them. I'm like, he's a known player. But I'm sure Justin already has a team, has himself who knows most of the fighting game players that are known in Street Fighter. So that's the other thing I'm kind of curious. Is it just being known in Street Fighter? But if you were a top player in something else, like maybe Marvel or KOF or Grand Blue, whatever it may be, is that gonna hinder your chances? So I think that is the one thing I would love to know. But either way, this is a dope concept. Just because Justin has been doing tremendous things within, over in Canada, he's been running his own tournaments. Everything is kind of like coming back to, hey, you guys have to do this too. Like you're not just content creators, you're also the face of the community. So I love that Justin's always been our face of our community and always pushing for something more. And this is, I love that this is also different than when we had Cross Tekken come out. That was kind of like, that in the reality show where we had like LTG, Guilty, Sherry, everybody else on it. I thought those shows were good for its time because we saw that we wanted to see people that we were, we knew were enjoyable to watch and not just some randos, right? We knew who they were for Street Fighter. So this time around, I love that we missed out on people like Ending Walker and just popped up on the scene, right? So I hope we can find more people like that have been either playing and waiting or finally just getting their breakthrough.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be like somebody who's sweaty. Like, I mean, hopefully it's not like a freaking like mastered every character and it's like, oh man, like maybe it's somebody who's working all the time, doesn't get to play and only works, maybe even plays once a week, and they're just naturally good, so it gives an opportunity for, but again, I hope that he gets to spread the word enough and like people get to hear more about it so that people like that can actually make something happen and have a chance and even, make some sort of video out of it and have some sort of personality through it. Because again, it is a reality show. So like you're going to have to, and it says teamwork and all of that. So you're going to have to work with other people and have to be charismatic, I guess, have some riz, as those kids say these days.
I think he's just setting it up for, he's definitely setting it up for being able to be in part of Street Fighter League and all these other things that we get often, right? So that is a really cool concept that Justin's doing there. But nonetheless, guys, we're going to jump into one more topic, I believe right before the break, that we're going to get into, which is Sega versus the Capcom demo. We didn't really get to, we talked about it a long time ago. We didn't really get a chance to play together, but at least myself, and I know Dre was also testing it a little bit. I got to play it quite a bit, and I can tell you the aesthetics of the game feel like so good. You can tell it's Mugen made. It is made through the Eichmann system, but you can feel that the graphics were well done, right? The reanimations, recreations of moves. I love it. It feels cool when you're playing it. But one thing I do feel that has to be, and it's still a demo, it's still in the works. One thing I do feel is a little awkward is the buttons. I could tell that making this game was really focused on assist basing, which is very interesting. But Maddox Ruler, I felt like what he was going for was very interesting, and I feel like Sonic feels the most comfortable out of the two. I feel like X is a little stiff, and the combos are a little auto combo-y versus other aspects. So I'm still kind of filling out the game. I'm not sure what works and what doesn't, just due to the fact that air teching and recovery feels a little not functional. But other than that, he has recreated a full working training room. You don't have to touch your keyboard to go backwards like normal Mugen games or Eichmann. You don't have to. You can look at the move list. You can look at you can press start during options and it pauses the whole game. You could change the training dummy. You could do a lot right now. So I think it's more fleshed out than people would expect. But looking at it, you would not even think it's a Mugen game after playing it for a bit. But I think the biggest thing is going to be when we see release of this game, because this is kind of our Marvel 4 in a sense, or rather tag Marvel game, kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom 1. I think the game has lots of potential though, and if I was to suggest anybody want to start trying out the demo, obviously you could check them out on Twitter at Sega vs. Capcom. I personally say play Sonic first. Sonic feels really good.
Oh wow, and the cross assault combo, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Maddox Ruler seem to have added a lot of different systems, mostly Capcom versus Tatsunoko. So if you haven't played that, that's a really good game to look at and see how they do things. Obviously, there's a little bit more tag system in it. I believe there's like a board. There's like a tag switch in air. I haven't really dove too far into it, but the game feels fun. You have tatsus, you have all kinds of, particular moves that you've seen before from any character you could think of, from Street Fighter to KOF. You're going to see a lot of cool stuff like that, but you're also going to see stuff from Smash, just for Sonic alone, where he does like his neutral jump, neutral air, so Nair. That's why I like this game so far. I just want to see, and plus it has online. I meant to say that. It has online. It doesn't in the demo, but you could see in his settings and all his story mode and all the other menus, there is online. Eichmann does come with online. So there's port for it. There's porting. You'll be able to do all those things once he releases the full game, it seems.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, it looks nice.
Oh, it does. No, it does, honestly.
What are some of the other characters that we're looking towards? Is Joker in there from Persona? He's Sega.
So I didn't get to really dive too deep into the cast because I was kind of looking a little bit, but he is looking to have some Fighting Vipers characters, which are possible entities. He's mostly focused on those two characters. I believe I saw Tails in one of the things. He's kind of pulling from all entities. I think he has a Resident Evil character. He has, I believe Morgan was in it when I saw. I'm just like, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to spoil myself by jumping back on and looking, because I kind of want to see if he adds newer characters, but he does have quite a few characters that are notable characters. I think he wants to do something with Zero. So I think we can expect to see that. I think I saw, I can't think off the top of my head who else I saw, but he, actually I could tell you right now who else he had. He had one more character. Oh no, I can't see. He skipped it. It's okay. Oh, okay. But yeah, he has quite a few characters. Oh, here we go. He has Vice, which I don't know who Vice is, but he does have Ryu. He's looking to have Ryu, Sakura, Batsu in it. Lin from Alien vs Predator arcade game.
Okay. Interesting.
For Sega, he has Axel from Streets of Rage, Akira from Virtual Fighter, Vice is from Skies of Arcadia. That's what I didn't realize. And then Sakura Shinguji from Sakura Wars. So there is a unique amount of characters getting put into the game.
Some deep cuts. Okay, cool. And then Golden Axe. No, let me stop. All right. And then the Outrun car. That'd be great. Like Daytona USA car has been in a fighting game before. So there you go. Yeah.
True.
So
that's all I'm going to say.
Next, you've got you bought this, did you not?
Yes, I did. BlazBlue Entropy effect. Huh.
Yeah, what about
There's a lot. There's quite a bit to unravel. I'll try to do it as fast as I can, but the game is, first off, we're gonna go to a quick break and then we'll jump back into it. So you guys sit tight and then we'll dive into that. Okay, and welcome back, guys. As we were saying before the quick break, BlazBlue Entropy effect was released, I believe it was the 29th or the 30th of January. Interesting game.
I believe it's 30th January. Go on.
Yeah. It is not a fighting game. It is a side-scroller beat-em-up. I've seen this before on the iPhone. They did a game like this before, but this one's a lot more intense, and it's a roguelite now. So you're going to be going through different stages and leveling up your character with different abilities, health, skills. So you don't have everything unlocked. You could do basic combos. You won't have a launcher, and then you'll gain a launcher. But the cool part is you have tons of characters from BlazBlue, from Taokaka to Hakumen to it's like Jin
to Ragna. To Rachel Alucard. Yeah.
I didn't see her. I think So I think there might be unlockable characters, because when I was playing through it, it did say like you don't have everybody unlocked, but you will get more characters. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Mai is also in the game. There's just tons of characters. I don't want to spoil it for you. I want you guys to be a little bit surprised. Huh? You say why?
Okay. Mai? No, I'm saying my.
The one that has a spear.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, she chucks spears. Okay. Yeah, so pretty much the game is a side-scroller beat 'em up. It is a roguelite, but they do have online PvP, which is very interesting. They do have online play in general. So you'll be able to do this not just by yourself, but with someone else. So the game feels really nice. It's very smooth. It's aesthetically pleasing. It feels like your Meat Boy or any one of those type of games, Hollow Knight. It has that flow to it, but it does give you the ability to unlock and do combos. Once you get comfortable, you start learning how combos work. You start adding abilities and effects. This kind of reminded me of when you buy BlazBlue. I think it's like Central Fiction, and you have the Abyss mode where you're doing all the dungeons. That is exactly what this is, but just in a 2D format, side scroller. So if you're looking for something that is different, and I kind of want to pose a question to you guys, is would you enjoy if more fighting games made more non-fighting game spin-offs? As our poll, of course. So it's gonna be a yes or no.
BlazBlue already had their universe, and they even had Relink that came out on the first couple days ago as well.
I've been playing that too. It's so good.
It has combos in that too. Is yes, huh?
Oh yeah, mine is definitely 100% yes. I think when you love certain types of characters, or you fall in love with certain characters, it makes it more enjoyable to not just have to play them in a fighting game aspect, for me at least. So
yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah, I do like that, but I want to know what everybody else thinks, because it's hit and miss. Some people just like playing their fighting games.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, the BlazBlue adventure mode in the first game didn't really, and in first Rising, or I'm sorry, BlazBlue Fantasy Versus, in the first one, didn't really, it didn't really do much for me. And in this aspect, in this form, this looks amazing. The lighting is fantastic. Feels very Ghost Runner like. But yeah, I'm digging that. And what were some other games I was thinking? Like you already played DNF Duel and DNF on DFO, so like you're already used to that as well. So there you go. You're coming from a different game. That's
I mean,
pretty cool.
Guilty Gear's tried to do that a few times.
Let's not talk about. Let's not talk about the what is it? Overture? No, Overture's 3D. Overture. But let's not talk about the DS game, because I like
that one.
I was so obsessed with Guilty Gear, and I bought it, and I was like, oh yeah, I literally remember going to GameStop, and I'm like, hey, I'm looking for the Guilty Gear game. Oh yeah, it's really fun. It's like Smash if you have like 4 people playing. I'm like, you're a liar. Like I got home and I'm like, this is something else. But I mean, I'll tell you what, the PSP Guilty Gear Reload did have a bit of like what BlazBlue had, where you can use like the main characters in like a Streets of Rage type deal, but not like this. This is awesome.
Yeah. I will say the one thing I would have loved for them to do was make it accessible for console as well. Unfortunately, it's only accessible on PC. So if you do want to play it, you're gonna have to get it on Steam. You kind of missed the sell. You might have, I think you're gonna miss the sell for it being like $17. But I think it's a solid $30 game. At the same time, the story is a little weird, so I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody. But let's just say Assassin's Creed. I'll leave you at that. If you understand what that means, then you'll probably get it. But yeah, the game definitely has it has difficulty. I will tell you now, if you are new to these type of games, even I struggle with playing very well and very effectively. Like if you like Mega Man, don't put Mega Man on the hardest level if you first time playing.
Right.
Just don't. This is that type of game. You're gonna find yourself struggling a lot if you aren't reading patterns, and it does take a lot more damage and understanding the systems before you could start playing really, really well. So I definitely think playing it on hard is effectively bad. Like it actually makes it difficult to play the game. So definitely give it a shot. See if you like it. It's definitely, in my opinion, worth the $30 buy for a spinoff. It's standalone too.
Nice. It looks fantastic. I'll give you that. And the hardest thing about this month is that I'm trying to save up so I can get a PS5 and play Final Fantasy. But then there's so many games that are coming out and so many characters I want to download. It's just, yeah. And Tekken already took my money, so that's cool.
Well, you know what else is going to take your money?
Mods.
This Sisqo mod.
Sorry, it's
I'm
not
so
a mod.
excited.
It's not even a mod. It's
not a
in-game
mod. That's
customization. Right.
How did we get to the point where a skin is not a mod? It's actually a skin. Like, it's a creation.
It's a customized, yeah. Listen,
off.
it's quite scandalous. Isn't that part of a lyric? Is that not a lyric?
Yes, it actually is. So
I was trying to let that joke rock, but you were like distracted by it. I don't know. So
all right, guys. So basically, a person that goes by Kari Art on Twitter has officially created well, why is this a thing? They created Sisqo in Tekken 8 character creation mode. When I tell you it looks like Sisqo, has the white jacket, open chest, white hair, uses Raven's moveset, and he is flipping around as if he is Sisqo.
It is Raven, but it's just they customized him to have him
Sisqo
entirely. Yeah.
Playing
Living the Vida Loca and all.
Yeah, they are.
Sing it again. I know.
Yeah, we're about to like not even for the song itself. We're about to just get like completely muted on YouTube because you're singing. You're like, nah.
Yeah. So look,
it's cool though.
Here's the thing. I've run into like maybe countless Leons, people that dress up their character as Leon.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who. It could be Kazuya. It could be Leon. It could be Victor. They've all dressed up as Leon, and I can't count how many times I've fought John Wicks. So, like,
you fought John Wick as a Victor?
Yeah, like so many people already dressed up as John Wick. Like Victor's dressed up as John Wick. It's hilarious. And my character, I have her as with a Tifa tank top, shorts, and sunglasses and a hat backwards. And it's Jun. It's just like Tifa / Tomb Raider Jun. So I don't know. It's just like created like a comfortable character. Look, they're fighting Tifa in that clip. So Tifa is already in the game, y'all. Here we go. No, I'm kidding.
Trunks.
Yep. That is Trunks, actually. Yeah, you're right. Trunks
I just gotta give it to Tekken Creation because I used to think Soul Calibur had them beat, but this takes the cake, man. The game looks so good already, in that the fact that you can get super detailed with what you want people to wear and how they look. There's so many creations we haven't even covered that we're gonna have to do on like a separate page.
But what's funny is that even though these creations are here, like there were a lot more in 7, and we're downgraded a little bit more. Like you can change a lot of the different colors on them, so I think the customization is still pretty in depth. So I haven't even taken a full deep dive into them, but it can get pretty good. Like somebody created like a Demon Slayer on the girl from Demon Slayer. Like they put like the bamboo like on her mouth or whatever. Oh, do you have a for those that are listening, he's turning around showing me one of his statues of there she is. What is her name?
Nezuko.
There you go. Somebody it was an Asuka player. No, Asuka, that's a lie. Reina, the new girl. So yeah, people can get pretty creative. You can tell the references to certain things now. But yeah, no, I'm digging the customization.
I've seen like Gojos already from Jujutsu Kaisens. I've seen Itadori's. Like, look, I love the creativity, but at the same time, it's early, man. We haven't even seen what people really gonna pull out. And they did a comparison actually to Street Fighter 6's character creation. Everybody just looks like an amalgamation of like something terrible. And then you see like Tekken 8 characters and everybody looks like someone or something from a game or from a movie or a celebrity. It's super cool to see that we can still get that diversity.
Cool. Nah, I'm with it. So speaking of Tekken, we're going to stay on the topic. Been playing a lot. However, there's been, how do I say? Tekken has a history of having, what's the word? Bangers of themes. Stage themes, OSTs, not really character themes, but used to be that characters had stages to their themes. But we were discussing a different, like, what are our favorite themes, but we haven't disclosed it to each other yet. So we're still going to wait on Dre's too. but we'll get his next time whenever he decides to come on back and be revived. But Meza, should we start with your first, or do you want to go with like honorable mentions? Because I've got honorable mentions on my OST for Tekken 8, by the way.
I'm kind of mad I had to have honorable mentions.
Yeah,
but yeah, we could do honorable mentions. Two or three.
I have 2 honorable mentions. Okay, if you want to have 5, that's cool too, but I don't know if we have the time.
Yeah, we could do 2 honorable mentions. Right. You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
I'll go first. My honorable mention is The Decisive Blow. Do you know what song that is?
Wait, normal or climax?
No, okay, wait. If we're gonna just separate it like that, that's cheating. I don't know, man.
Because
I'm counting them. I'm counting both normal and climax.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Fine. So my honorable mention is Decisive Blow. It's great. It's awesome. It does everything it needs to do for a Tekken stage, and it's in 2 stages, which I think is overkill. That's the one reason I didn't put it in my top 3. But I also hate that it was overused in all the trailers. So it was in all the trailers. Now, don't get me wrong. The climax beat is so sick. Just it gets you hype. Yeah. You're like, oh my god, I can actually make it back, and I'm gonna win this, and then you lose, and it's like, oh man, damn. But I can still rock to this while I'm hitting rematch and restart to standby. Did you want to hear my second honorable mention?
Yeah, no? You can go second. Yeah, just go.
All right. You're gonna hate me for this one. You're gonna hate me. My second honorable mention is Golden Meadow.
I hate you.
Yeah,
I hate you.
I love the stage. It gets down, and then especially when you're using Reina, the stage, not Reina, excuse me. When you're using Azucena, the stage gets down, and you can start dancing to it. But I've already heard it too much at this point. that to me, I feel like other songs are already better, and that's why it's not in my top 3, unfortunately. But it's in my top 5, so you got honorable mentions. So there you go. But go on.
My heart goes out to the song. So I did a lot of digging because I really love music in different forms and shapes. First honorable mention, Tamashii. Tamashi's the one that's the one that sounds like, to me, it sounds like Phantasy Star Online 2, New Genesis type songs. So it's like RPG, but it's like the really like singy, but like traditional sounds.
Jun's
really
Forest
like that
stage. Okay.
Yeah. I really like that song good. As an honorable mention. Such a good song, and I was just like, it was just almost there. It was almost there, like right there. Because I just, like I said, I play Phantasy Star Online, so it feels like I'm playing that.
It does feel like the first Phantasy Star Online stage. I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of right. But go ahead.
So, second honorable mention. This is why I hate you.
Oh no,
Golden Meadow.
Golden Meadow, really? Oh snap! I thought it was gonna be your top 3.
No, it was close. It was very close. That's why I said it was second. Like it would be like 4th. It's just the more I listen to it, the more I'm just like, just get to the goddamn song already. Yeah. I'm like, it's different when you're playing Tekken.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The first part of the song really slows it down for me as well. Yeah. Like I'm like, I'm like, get past the flutes, hurry up, get to the beat, and let me dance.
Can I tell you? I feel like I'm walking in the woods. And then it just changes. Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm not in the woods anymore.
Yeah. Then you just start falling. It's like, no. Who's singing? Where's it coming from? You're like in The Last of Us when the dudes are shooting arrows at you. No, Let me stop. Is that Last of Us 2?
Flutes, I think. Yeah. I do like the flutes though. That is one of my favorite parts of it, with all the horns and everything. But yeah, all right.
It's a funky groove, huh?
I was gonna say, are we doing top 3?
I'm doing top 3. Are we doing top 3 or what?
Yeah, we just do it. All right, let's just go for it.
All right,
yeah, let's go for it.
All right, fine. We'll just.
You want me to go? You start off first. I can go next. All
right, we're doing all 3 now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do all 3. We're just
okay. Now this is in no particular order. I'm just, it's just because I didn't know how to bullet point them right. So, Neo City, the Times Square stage, it's super upbeat, severely upbeat. It's just like straight up club beats, and we're just going in. And then the climax stage is like overload, like sensory overload. Like, I can do this, I can win. And it kind of reminds me of a Celeste beat as well. I
definitely think the climax version is like what people can be used to.
Oh yeah, it feels more like Heat Haze as well from the jungle in Jungle Outpost in Tekken 7. The second top 3, again in no particular order. Stop it. Kakuriyo Kagura, the temple and underground stage. Yeah, that stage. Yeah. I don't know why, but the dubstep really, really is good. Like whatever that noise that's happening, like a couple minutes in, it's like I've played to get to that part of the stage, and then the climax stage just like takes it even further. Like at the start, it doesn't even feel like it's much, but then it just hits that like kung fu movie type level of fighting where I'm like, man, this stage is really good. And my last one is Silently Boisterous. That stage, really? Reina stage is so good. That stage hits, and it didn't hit me. Okay, listen, it was not going to be in my top 3. However, there was a part of me while I was listening to it and playing Tekken at the same time where I was like, is this on climax stage? Is this like level 3? And it's not. It's not round 3. Oh snap! This song is going in, and it's not round 3 yet. So that's why I picked the Reina stage. Plus, it also has like a Kazuya sort of remix from his original song, and then it like does that, and then it goes right into like a really like boisterous part. Not to use the word of the song in there, no pun intended. But then the round 3 or level 3 climax stage, whatever, it has this like this setup, right? And then it does the sort of the beach stage from it has like a sort of beach stage sound effect like Christie's stage in the other games in Tekken 4. So that's just me. I don't know. I'm feeling Silently Boisterous. I know that's like a little weird pick for me, but that stage not. Stage is fantastic. Okay, but go on.
I would like it more if it was climax only. No order as well, but if I had to put an order, this is the bottom of it. Okay. Deep Space. I don't know what it is about Deep Space. It just hits weird points for me.
Which stage is that, by the way?
I don't know, because
I don't remember. Like, well, go on. Go ahead. You can keep going.
But yeah, it just hits weird like melodies that I'm not used to, and I'm like, this feels like a wild moment's happening. So I'm just leaving it at that.
Because I couldn't put it together while I was playing. I was like, which stage is this? But no, okay, go ahead. Deep Space. No, right.
Second, obviously, has to be for me, Kakuri Kagura. I almost made it number 1 for me because it's like it's epic. All right, it's that moment. This is the song. All right, this is the song of the history for us. I feel we're gonna have one of these songs that just doesn't go away. Like I feel
is Deep Space the stage with the Raven stage, like the Inner Mind or something, where you fall down the 3 stages, the 3 levels. Okay, but go on.
But I just feel like this song, Kakuri, is just like that song that we're probably gonna hear Steve, Tasty Steve be like, yeah, this is my jam, right? I don't know why, but he's just gonna do it.
Which one? Kakuri?
Yeah. So we both had that. So my last one.
No, don't you say it. Don't you say it. Don't you say Twilight Party. Oh no. Oh no, he walked away.
It is 100% Twilight Party. I don't know why. I was like, oh, should it just be like that song that I just put as my good, like, honorable mention? But once I heard climax version, I was like, oh, we in there. We in there. Let's go. Dude, I don't know.
So here's the thing.
I feel like I'm gonna rave.
Yeah, here's the thing. Last week at the lab, they were playing Tekken 8, and then the thing is, like, the game had just come out, and they left it on like the menu screen at the end, and it was just on that stage, and it replayed so much that I was like, can they turn it off? So like that's how I was. So I already got tired of the song, unfortunately. And I think it's also because a lot of people are saying it's the best song in the game, and I'm like, nah, I gotta listen to the rest. And I was like, yeah, plenty of other ones are better, but that's okay. That's your jam. The climax stage. That's your club.
Normal sounds like a Tekken 7 song. It gives me Kitsch vibes from in the past.
Yeah.
The climax feels like, it just feels like I said, I really like this. I like Phantasy Star Online. Have a little bit of that vibe, but I love when it breaks down in climax and it's just like, oh my God. Like, that's all I'm saying. It's wild. But
I get it. It just wasn't as upbeat for me as other ones, but definitely the climax stage sort of reminded me of the game Sifu. Like that's the second stage when you're in the club just fighting everybody.
You just gotta beat some people up, man.
Yeah, no, that game I still have to beat it, but yeah, no, I get it.
All right,
I respect it though.
We actually have a question of the week for you, which is, what is your top 3 songs for Tekken 8 the OST? Let us know what you think, because we're gonna get Dre's next week, and I know he's gonna come in swinging like, "Yo, man, y'all are wild out there talking about some, Twilight Party Cruise and Deep Space and all that stuff." He's gonna definitely throw us some loops, I think. So definitely want to know what you guys think. We're gonna post that out there too for you. But with that being said, we are at the end of the show, and as always, I have this song in the back of my head right now. It's just playing. Yeah. It's wild. But thank you guys for listening. We truly appreciate it. Make sure you guys check us out on our personal channels, which you can check me out on all social media at MezaFGC, whether it be Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, putting out more DFO stuff. Probably gonna be playing some BlazBlue Fantasy, Relink and other games. Where can they find you, Gabe?
Static Gorilla everywhere with no spaces. So STATICGORILLA. Still haven't gotten into more Tomb Raider, but that is coming out on the 14th. Definitely look forward to that. And I believe there's more Marvel happening this week, but I'm going to be streaming some Tekken sometime and trying to get my more Street Fighter into the mix of things, because man, we'll send that audition tape. All right. And I'll put the audition into the Discord when I have it ready for y'all to see too. So it's going to be a fun month and a fun week. So we'll see y'all next time. # we want Cody, if y'all know what I'm talking about.
Of course, guys, you can also check out additional podcasts on mashthosebuttons.com and show your support. And of course, anytime you guys come here, throw us questions, give us comments, go on your favorite platform, whether it be Spotify, iTunes, maybe if it's on Twitter. Just repost and tell us what you guys think. We love the questions. It helps us improve the show. Of course, if you want to, share it with people. Share the show with anyone you think might want to be interested, or if you just want to introduce it to your community. We truly appreciate it. And of course, rate the podcast to let us know what you think. Give us 5 stars. We love 5 stars. Better than 4, better than 3. And of course, don't forget, guys, we did just open up our new Discord, which if you go to doubletap.gg, it'll take you straight there. You'll be able to check out our Discord, which is going to be more personal, where you guys can talk to us a lot more. But if you still haven't gotten a chance to, make sure you just go to the website and follow Mash Those Buttons and check us out there too. But guys, as always, we love doing the show. We love hearing from you guys. And that's it for this week. Till next week, man. We got EVO to talk about. That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. It's tomorrow. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We'll see what's not on my bingo card and what will be. I don't know.
Yeah, we got to make
bingo
cards.
Interesting time. Yeah, but
all right, guys.
I don't know. Not enough ink. All right. Talk to you soon.
All right, guys. You have a good day. Peace.
See you.